We're whaling, and I have my secret weapon. I started acting because I wanted to live 1,000 lifetimes. I saw a movie of Mario Lanza playing the life of Caruso. It was his whole life from he's born, he learns to sing, he gets married, he becomes famous, and he dies. In an hour and a half, I saw a whole man's lifetime. I was 9, and I said, I want to live 1,000 lifetimes. I don't want them to make my story and be an hour and a half. It's a good reason to become an actor. There's a lot of phases to it. I think one of them is, I call it gathering, where intuitively you start to, I think in pictures, not in words, because I've been a painter my whole life, you know what I mean? So I think in pictures, and you start seeing elements, you know, like what does the guy maybe wear, and then you get an element, and then you start building from very, almost small things, and you gather them until finally you got so many things available to you that you're on track to play the part. Actors are great at survival. So if I have to use an idea that the Method has, or the idea that the Neighborhood Playhouse has, or a different acting kind of approach, I'll use anything. I often think that if God is going to talk to you, he's going to talk to you through other people. And I sometimes hear on a set somebody say something, and I go, holy shit, that's a great line, and I'm going to use that. I just absorb it. You know, it's mine. Now it's mine. And I'll use it later. I have a big box of cool stuff, and it's all about chemistry, you know, who you're working with and who the other actors are, you know. It's like with women, it's all chemistry. You never know if that's going to work or not, you know. I've played a lot of villains. I've played a lot of good guys. I've played a lot of guys that everybody thinks is the villain, and he turns out to be the good guy. It depends on the reward, which is better. And the reward can be, you know, that the character has a nice arc in it, you know. I don't mind playing a bad guy because I think nobody thinks of themselves as a bad guy. You're bad some of the time, not all of the time. You know, even monsters have children, but there's a reward at the end. If it's not a cliche or one-dimensional, you really hope for some kind of arc, you know, some kind of fruition. I was just looking at this. I played in most of these countries. I haven't been to China yet, and I haven't been to Russia, but I've been just about everywhere else. I love to travel as an actor because, first of all, they put you in a great hotel, and then they give you money to spend per diem, and you're in this wonderful environment that you're not used to, and if you're in a different environment than your home, it's almost easier to get into the part because that's your world, this new world, and it's a new character. So I love it, man. I love traveling. It's a different breed. Directors are a different breed. I mean, there are good ones, and then there are mediocre ones, and there are very ambitious ones that are very young and have no experience, but their ambition is pushing them along, you know. It's as many as all the people there are that you'll ever meet. I've worked with mostly new directors that I never met. Some of them are repeats. I mean, I've worked with a lot of people over again, but again, you don't know what's going to happen. That's the best part. You come in and I'm ready. I'm always ready, and I always have a lot of ideas. And if they take one more than what was in the script, I'm ahead of the game anyway. So I always offer a lot of ideas to start the communication, because what it's really all about is communication. I went in and met Jim Jarmusch, and I said to him, I read the script, Jim. I love your script. I want to do this Western. But I don't want to say a line that you've written for my character. I don't want to say any of it. And he said, well, what would you do? And I said, trust me, it will come. It'll come out of the situations. Because I see this guy as an ecological disaster. He's really pissed off from the soul outward, you know. And he said, okay, I really risk not getting hired.
Fuck.
Fuck me.
fuck you.
I went into a pawn shop, you know, a Native American, you know, trading post, and there was a brick painted like a car on a brick, just a brick. And I said, what is that? And he said, it's a Navajo mud toy. And I said, okay. Later in the film, I killed the guy, this black kid that was the knife guy. And he said, why'd you do that, Cole? He was only a kid. And I said,
it's a Navajo mud toy now.
But that's how all the lines, we gathered them. I mean, they would come out of nowhere. I have about 4 of them. I'm sorry, I can't give you one. I like Pumpkinhead, Powder, Aliens, Near Dark. That's 4. That ain't bad.